Hello, my name is Glenn Dyer, and you are watching a Dyer-Situation. Today I'm seeing Annabelle Creation. Yep. The sequel, or is it a prequel? It's a prequel to the prequel Annabelle, to the movie The Conjuring. Apparently they have taken the weird creative decision to tell this entire series in reverse. I'm presuming the next movie will be Annabelle Idea. Like, or just seeing the idea, like some demon coming up with the idea to inhabit a doll. Be like, gotta get into that doll. That's why you pay me the big bucks, folks. Those are the great jokes. There you go. Well, I went over my feelings on the other movies in my Conjuring 2 review, but let's give you a brief rundown here. First movie, I liked it. I saw some potential. It wasn't perfect, but it had its moments and it built up a good atmosphere. Second movie shit the bed. Annabelle, the spin-off. Oh, man. Well, it could have been good. It could have been. It's just one tiny problem. One tiny problem the movie had that it never quite fixed. It's not that big a deal, especially for a horror film, but it was never scary. It was never, ever scary. At no point in the movie did it even attempt to scare you. Now, I'm not talking like it tried and failed to scare you like some other horror movies. No, it did not try. I think the idea was just that this doll looks so creepy that you'll find ways to scare yourself. Because the movie mostly focused on, like, the mythology of this doll. And I guess we were supposed to just really emphasize with the characters in the movie. And even though they're really stock and boring, but, like, there's nothing scary. It doesn't build up an atmosphere. It doesn't put our heroes into like a desperate situation where they can't escape. It doesn't. Hell, it doesn't even do the Blumhouse bullshit of just jump scares every 5 minutes. That is bullshit, and it's not real scaring. But you know what? It's something. It's something that at least makes you think you're being scared. Unlike Annabelle, which was boring. God. But yeah, that doll looks super creepy, so now they're making a sequel. Many people have pointed this out. That doll was a Raggedy Ann, right? Like, it was a Raggedy Ann doll. Raggedy Ann dolls are not that scary looking. I think it's more the idea that a demon is infesting it that makes it scary. But no, the movie decided to make that thing the fucking, like, Crypt Keeper doll or something. It's, like, nobody would buy that for their kid. Nobody. That thing looks fucking terrifying. But anyway. So yeah, this is the origin story. I'm sure I'll be super duper scared and, yeah. So apparently I wasn't too far off when I said that they are telling the story in reverse, because this movie hinted at another fucking prequel for that stupid demonic nun in The Conjuring 2. Oh boy, what an interesting premise. I really want to see the origin of the demonic nun, who, real spooky. It's a spooky demonic nun. So anyway, Way better than the first. I'm just gonna say that right off the bat. This movie wins by default because this movie actually does try to be scary. It builds up tension with a lot of like close encounters towards the beginning and stuff. It builds up a sense of danger. There's this little handicapped girl that, oh my god, she could get hurt at any moment. It builds that up. There's like a genuine mystery. There's this lady who's living on the ground floor, and she wears part of a doll face, and it's like, oh my god, what happened to her? There's something weird going on. There's something weird going on with the house, It's like a typical horror movie, at the very least. So it wins over that. Is it better than the first Conjuring? God, the bar's not set very high here, but I'm gonna say no, just because the two leads in The Conjuring, I forget their names, but the paranormal investigators are far more interesting characters than anybody in this film. But it's not like the film's devoid of character. They're just mostly stock, is what is the problem here. This movie's biggest weakness, though, is the dialogue. Oh boy, the dialogue in this movie. Around the very beginning, they set up this thing where the little Annabelle girl is playing a game with her dad where she'll like leave a note that says, "Find me." And then later she finds a note and it says, "Found you," and he's like right there. Oh. And the line he says is, "Ha ha ha, it said found you, and I found you. Ha 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 ha." Was this script written by Justin Roiland as he improvised something? I mean, Jesus. "Oh, I'm Mr. Earman. I'm gonna cut off your ear, Morty." Like, Jesus Christ. Many, many moments like that. There's this point where one of the main little girls is talking to like the Annabelle demon. She says, "What do you want?" And the demon just turns around and gives like that 2002 spooky monster face and says, "Your soul." Like, oh my god. Hollywood, that has never been scary, by the way. If a creepy monster just says, "I want your soul," that's not scary, it's just really cheesy. But, yeah, anyway, yeah, and then there's some stuff with like a scarecrow and, besides the Annabelle doll, which once again does nothing, they explain quite clearly that it's a conduit for a demon, and it's not actually possessed, it doesn't do anything, it's not the Chucky doll, but they have to keep showing it. There's some sort of Nightcrawler demon, like the demon that looks exactly like Nightcrawler. Yeah, that's about it. I mostly found this movie kind of dull. It's a lot more fun than the first Annabelle, that's for sure. And definitely a better movie than The Conjuring 2, but I don't think there's that much draw to this. In terms of, in comparing it to Blumhouse, it's probably on the same level as far as, like, general creativity and scare ability, but it's a little better in the sense that there are actually, like, a few good-looking shots, like a few good points of cinematography. There's a much better attempt to build up an atmosphere of some kind. And it doesn't feel lazy, at the very least. This movie has many problems, but I wouldn't call it lazy, more inept in parts than anything else. And, yeah, that's just the general gist of the whole thing. I don't know. It's not something I'd suggest rushing out to the theaters to see in any case. If you're truly interested, maybe wait for DVD, but yeah, no rush. Just some good points and a lot of really stupid points that happen. And and all sorts of stuff. Plus, the ending drags on for a really, really long time. Like, basically, once the demons decide to start actually doing stuff, it feels like the movie goes on for 5 hours, and oh god, it's so tedious. After a while, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, somebody kill someone. For Christ's sake. It starts becoming like the freaking Final Destination movies, like one of those, except without, like, the creative kill sequences. So that's why I was kind of begging for somebody to fucking die already. Plus, at the very end of this movie, I would have liked some kind of follow-up going on. You know, maybe like a police officer asking, like, the nun in charge of these kids, like, we have some questions about, that guy who was showed up, who we did an autopsy on, who was, like, charred on the outside and looks like he'd been rotting in the spot for 3 months. Oh, and also, that lady who was torn in half and crucified. We have some questions about that. Anything? No? Just let him go. Okay. I mean, a demon did it, sure, but, like, is that really the answer they're gonna go with? That's a little odd. And then the very ending of this movie is really stupid. Yeah, on a story sense as well, nothing in the movie makes any sense. I'll just say that. Continuity-wise with the other movies, nothing makes any sense. This movie's really stupid is what I'm getting at. But yeah, if you're just looking for like a general okay horror film, maybe like one teensy bit of a notch above the average Blumhouse, then go for it. But I can't recommend it wholeheartedly. So until next time, I'm Glenn Dyer, and you have been watching A Dire Situation.